Shana Tova, everyone. Boker Tov. A good, sweet, happy, healthy, prosperous 5782 to us all. For those of us who are fasting, may your fast continue to go relatively smoothly and uneventfully and be spiritually productive. For those who are under doctor's orders to avoid fasting, I pray that your emotional concern is just enough to create the same discomfort as your fasting would and not any more. This is Yom Kippur morning. I am Rabbi Wiseman. This is Temple Solel of Bowie. We are praying out of Mishkan HaNefesh, the silver book for Yom Kippur. And as we have discovered during these high holy days particularly, there is actually a hidden benefit to us being in broadcast-only mode, and that is that it allows the book to be used in the way that the editors intended. You at home can absolutely determine exactly when you want to join in and when you just want to listen, if and when you want to rise and sit as needed. So it's on all of us to decide how best to utilize the book. We here on the Bima, that's myself, our congregational president and soloist extraordinaire, Felicia Snyder, our accompanist, as always, beautifully, Marcy Miller, our entire production team in the back, thank you, Scott and Sean and Michael, are all here to make sure that your participation at home is as close as we can get under the circumstances to what it would be here in the sanctuary. And trust me when I tell you, we miss your presence here as much as you miss being here. We begin this morning at the bottom of page 132. As I've noted many times over the last several years, one of the novelties of this book is that they give us blessings both for those who wear talit and for those who do not. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehitatef batzitzit, source of blessings, eternal our God, majestic in power. Your splendor reveals the way to holiness. Your light wraps us in the beauty of this sacred day. We stand this day, all of us, in the presence of our God. Youth and elders, women and men, those close to tradition and those who have been estranged, all are welcome in this community of prayer. Around the world, all Israel greets this holy day. We stand with them, a people united by our history and fate, linked in mind and heart to generations past, who stood before God to be cleansed of their sins in Russia, Poland, Germany, and Spain, in Morocco, Egypt, Brazil, and India. Our great-grandparents are here with us today, and our great-great-grandchildren as well. All are present in memory and hope. We stand this sacred morning, all of us, as one, as we continue on page 138 with the singing of Ma Tovu.
Ma Tovu, Ma Tovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael, Ma Tovu, Ma Tovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael, Vani berov chasecha avodetecha, eshtachavecha kodshecha be'yiratecha, Vani eshtachave v'echra evrecha lifnei Adonai see ma tovu, ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael, ma tovu, ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael, mishkenotecha Yisrael.
God is my light and my refuge secure. Whom shall I fear? God is the stronghold of my life. Of whom should I be afraid? Just one thing I have asked of God, only this do I seek, to dwell in God's house all the days of my life, to behold divine sweetness and beauty, and to gaze and delight at God's temple. Someone I loved once gave me a box full of darkness. It took me years to understand that this, too, was a gift. We continue on page 156 with the singing of Asher Yatzar.
I thank you for my life, body and soul. Help me realize I am beautiful and whole. I'm perfect the way I am, and a little broken too. I will live each day as a gift I give to you. Baruch atah Adonai, rofechu basar umafli lasot. Baruch atah Adonai, rofechu basar umafli lasot.
Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi. Pure, my God, is the soul you have given me. You formed it, you shaped it, you breathed it into me. You keep it safe within me. Someday when the soul returns to you, I will find a place in eternity. But as long as spirit breathes within me, I place before you my thanks, eternal my God and God of my ancestors, creator of all creation, sovereign of all souls. Baruch atah Adonai, asher be'ado nefesh kol chai, v'ruach kol basar ish. We give you praise, Adonai. All life is in your hand, and in your care the souls of every human being. We turn to page 164, where the tone of our morning blessings turns from words of blessing and action to words of praise of God. Baruch atah Adonai melech muhulal batishbachot, blessed are you, Adonai, Your Majesty is celebrated in songs of praise, page 168 for Ashrei.
Ashrei yoshvei veitecha, O Dieu, hallelujah, Selah. Ashrei, Ashrei, Ashrei yoshvei veitecha. Happy are those who dwell in your house, they shall sing your praises forever.
If our mouths were filled with song as the sea, our tongues with music like the crash of ocean waves, our lips with praise endless as sky above, our eyes aglow like sun and moon, our arms reaching toward heaven like eagle's wings, our legs as graceful as the gazelle in flight. Still our words of thanks to you would not suffice, Adonai, our God and God of all ages. Nor could we bless your name enough for your infinite acts of kindness to our ancestors and to us. We continue on page 177. What color is grass? The hurried eye said green, but following the sheen of spring woods, there stretched meadows marbled in such hues of yellow-green, red-green, and blues merging below, between, above. What color is grass? The thoughtful eyes said love. What color is love? The harried heart said flame. But following the changing years, there poured prisms of delight, and spectrum flowed out of the name, paling moon, stars, and sun. What color is love? The knowing heart said one. Hey, clockmaker, I was looking for you. Builder of the machine, you lost interest, I guess, and walked away. But I was looking for signs of you. I saw accidents, mutations, disasters, unpredicted and unexplained. Pretty sloppy work, if you ask me. Hey, clockmaker, praised be your name and the names of your mechanics. Page 178, we rise as we are able and choose to do so for the Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Bless the eternal, the blessed one. Blessed is the eternal, the blessed one, now and forever. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hapoteach lanu sha'arei rachamim, umeir einei ham hachim lislichato, yotzer or uvorei choshech, oseh shalom uvorei et hakol, or olam be'otzar chayim, orot me'ofel amar vayhi. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, whose power fills the cosmos, who opens for us the gates of compassion and lights up the eyes of those who await forgiveness. Shaper of light, source of the darkness, maker of peace, creator of all. Infinite light is preserved in life's treasure house. Light from the darkness, said God. It was so. We continue on page 184. Bring us in peace from the four corners of the earth. Lead us with upright pride to the land that is ours. For you are a God of miracles and wonders. From all the peoples of the earth you sought us out. and brought us near to your great enduring truth. So with love we acknowledge and proclaim that you are one. Baruch atah Adonai, habocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava. Our praise to you, Adonai, you have singled out your people Israel with love.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivon Malchuto La'olam. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך, בביתך, ולכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, הייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. Thus you will become holy to your God. I, Adonai, am your God, who brought you out of Egypt to be your God. I, Adonai, your God. We continue on page 195. And they shall know that I, Adonai, am their God, who brought them out of the land of Egypt, that I might abide among them, I, Adonai, their God. You took us out of the darkness so that your light might dwell among us. You showed us your power to bring down the powerful, uplift the enslaved, transform the social order. You showed us your strength so that we might remember our own. We carry the Exodus vision wherever we go, lest we forget our sense of liberation, lest we lose the joy of breathing free, lest we grow indifferent and blind to the pain of others. So long as we work to make you present, we walk the path of freedom. But if we forget to bring you into this world, then we return to the darkness.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. שירה חדשה שבחו גאולים לשמך על שפת הים יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ואמרו vayed. Zur Israel, kuma bezrat Israel, uvdeichen umecha Yehuda v'Yisrael. Go'alinu Adonai tzvaot shemo, kedosh Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai, Gal Yisrael.
Blessed are you in our lives, Eternal One, who redeemed Israel. In the depths of night, by the edge of the river, Jacob was left alone. In heartfelt longing in the temple of God, Hannah uttered her prayer alone. In the barren wilderness, in doubt and despair, Elijah found God alone. On the holiest day in the Holy of Holies, the high priest entered alone. We are bound to one another in myriad ways, but each soul needs time to itself. In solitude, we meet the solitary one. Silence makes space for the still, small voice. For the psalmist says, deep calls unto deep. From the depths of our soul, we seek what is most profound.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agitehila techa. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agitehila techa. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chaserot V'imahot, U'mevii Gula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Ba'ava. Zochreinu l'chaim, Melech Hafetz HaChaim, V'chodvenu b'sefer HaChaim, V'chodvenu b'sefer HaChaim, Lemancha Elohim Chaim. Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham v'Ezrat Sarah.
Amen.
Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei Hakol, Atah Rav L'Hoshia, Morid Hatal, Mechakel Chaim b'Chesed, Mechayei Hakol b'Rachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim v'Rofei Cholim, U'matir Asurim, U'mekayim emunato l'shenei afar. Micha mocha bal givurot, u'mido melach, melech meimit u'mechayeh, u'matzmiach Yeshua. Micha mocha el harachamim, zocher yitzurav l'chaim berachamim, v'ne'eman atah l'chayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei hakol.
Amen. Wellspring of blessing, power eternal, You are the one who gives and renews all life. You may be seated as we continue on page 208. Our sovereign, God of pardon and forgiveness, let these words of sanctity ascend to you.
Unetane tokef kedushatayon ki unora veayom uvotinase malchutecha vikon bechesed kisecha vitesheva
Let us proclaim the power of this day, a day whose holiness awakens deepest awe and inspires highest praise for your dominion. For your throne is a throne of love, your reign a reign of truth. In truth, you are judge and plaintiff, counselor and witness. You inscribe and seal, you record and recount. You remember all that we have forgotten. And when you open the book of memories, it speaks for itself. For every human hand leaves its mark, an imprint like no other. And so a great shofar will cry, Tekiah, and a still small voice will be heard. Angels in a whirl of fear and trembling will say, behold, the day of judgment. For they too are judged. In your eyes, even they are not blameless. All who come into the world pass before you, like sheep before their shepherd, as a shepherd considers the flock when it passes beneath the staff. You count and consider every life. You set bounds, you decide destiny, you inscribe judgments.
Rosh Hashanah yikatevun uviyom Som Kippur yechatemun kama yavrun v'chama mi anuach umi anuach mi ashkit umi taraf mi shall live, mi tasir, mi ani, mi ashir, mi ushpar, mi
On Rosh Hashanah, this is written. On the fast of Yom Kippur, this is sealed. An empty page, an open book, a day of ultimate questions. Will I still be here next year at this time, with the ones I love beside me? What is in store for my family and what will become of my friends? Who will have reason to celebrate? Who will contend with grief? New love, new babies, marriages deepening or breaking apart, prosperity, struggle, reversals of fortune, illness and health await us. Who will be missing when we gather next? Who will stand apart? Who will be estranged? And who will have joined us, enriching our community? On the edge of the unknown, we tremble. What lies ahead for us all? An empty page, an open book. Nothing is written, and nothing is sealed. Flesh and blood, frail creatures. Our lives are fleeting and subject to chance. Yet this we possess, the strength to persist, to prevail, to comfort one another in the dark. Prayer, right action, a turning toward the good. These give us hope and help us bear the pain of life.
Uteshuva, utefila, utsedaka,
But through return to the right path, through prayer and righteous giving, we can transcend the harshness of the decree. You are everything that we praise you for, slow to anger, quick to forgive. You do not wish the death of sinners, but urge us to return from our ways and live. Until the day of death, you wait for us. You accept us at once if we return. Since you created us, you know our impulses. We are but flesh and blood. We who are mortal, our origin is dust and so is our end. We wear out our lives to get our bread. Like broken vessels, like withered grass, like a flower that must fade. A shadow moving on, a cloud passing by, mere dust on the wind, a dream that flies away. But for you, ever-living sovereign, time has no limits. Your presence, unbounded by days and years, is everywhere, a glorious mystery that none can decipher. Your name is worthy of you, And you are worthy of your name, and our name you have linked with yours.
Nikadesh et shimcha ba'olam, kishem shemakdishim u'tov b'shnei marom, kakatov ayad nevecha, v'kara zeh ve'amar, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzivaot, Melech haaretz, Kivodo. Adir, Adirenu, Adonai, Adonai Madir, Shimcha b'chaaretz, Baruch Kivod Adonai, Mimchomo. Echad hu Eloheinu, hu Avinu, hu Malkeinu, hu Mosheinu ve'hu Yashmeinu, berachamav le'nei kol chai. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Yimloch Adonai le'olam, Elohai Tzion, lidor vador. Hallelujah. Lidor vador, lidor vador, lidor vador, nagid vod lecha, u'netzach netzachim, u'netzach netzachim, kedushatcha nagdish. Shivcha Eloheinu, mipinu lo yamush le'olam va'ed, kilmegado, kilmegado, v'kadosh door va door, le door va door, knock it,
God lies on his back under the world, always busy with repairs, always something going wrong. I wanted to see all of him, but all I can see are the soles of his shoes, hence my tears. And this is his praise. V'chein tein pachtecha Adonai Eloheinu al kol ma'asecha, and so in your holiness give all creation the gift of awe. Turn our fear to reverence. Let us be witnesses of wonder. Perceiving all nature as a prayer, come alive. We bow to the sovereignty of your strength, the primacy of your power. We yearn for connection with all that lives, doing your will with wholeness of heart. Awe-inspiring is your creation, all-encompassing your transcendent name. V'chein tein kivod Adonai le'amecha, tehillah lireecha. And so in your holiness, give your people the gift of honor. Bless with praise those who praise you. Bless with hope those who seek you. Give your believers a basis for faith, true happiness for the land of Israel, true joy in Jerusalem. May the sparks of David, your servant, soon grow bright enough for us to see, a beam of light in the darkness, a promise of perfection. Uvechein tzadikim yir'u v'yishmachu v'yisharim v'ya'alozu. And so in your holiness, give the righteous the gift of a vision bright with joy. A world where evil has no voice, and the rule of malevolence fades like wisps of smoke. Good people everywhere will celebrate the stunning sight of arrogance gone from the earth. V'timlocha ta Adonai levadecha al kol ma'asecha. You and you alone, Adonai, will reign over creation. Upon Mount Zion, home of your presence, and in Jerusalem, a city set apart by you. As the psalmist believed, the eternal shall reign for all time. Your God, O Zion, for all the generations. Hallelujah. You are holy, your name is awe. There is nothing divine beyond you. As the prophet Isaiah taught, the source of all might is exalted through justice, the God of holiness made holy through righteousness. Kadosh ata v'norah shemecha, ve'ein Eloha mibaladecha kakatuv, vayigba Adonai tzvaot b'mishpat, v'ha'el hakadosh nikdash b'tzedakah, baruch ata Adonai, HaMelech HaKadosh. Blessed are you, Adonai, Holy Sovereign. In your love eternal, our God, you have given us this Yom Kippur, a day on which our wrongs are forgiven, a day of sacred assembly, a day to be mindful of our people's going out from Egypt. Zochrenu Adonai Eloheinu bo letovah, eternal our God, remember us.
Amen.
Ufokteinu vo livracha, be mindful of us.
Amen.
Vehoshienu vo lechayim, and redeem us for a life of goodness and blessing.
Amen.
Favor us with words of deliverance and mercy. Show us the depth of your care. God, we await your redemption, for you reign with grace and compassion. We continue on page 242. And for all these gifts, God of majesty, may your name come to be blessed and praised. Our gratitude a daily offering until the end of time. Inscribe your covenant partners for a life of goodness, and may all life resound with gratitude and faith in praise of your name. God, you free us and strengthen us. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. Blessed are you, Adonai, whose goodness deserves thanks and praise. Our God, divine presence whose path our ancestors walked, bless us now with words first bestowed on Israel in the time of Moses and Aaron, the threefold blessing given us through Torah that joins our hopes with theirs.
Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu, Barcheinu habracha hameshuleshet, haktuva b'Torah. Yivarechecha Adonai, Vishmerecha, Ken Yehi Ratzon, Ya'er Adonai, Panav Elecha. V'chuneka, Ken Yehi Ratzon, Yisa Adonai, Panav Elecha, V'yasem Lecha. Shalom, Ken Yehi Ratzon.
May the Divine One bless and protect you. May she grace you with the warmth of a smile. May she turn to you and shine into your eyes and enfold you in a mantle of peace. May it all be so. Sim shalom tova uvracha chen v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael amecha. Let there be peace. Grant goodness, blessing and grace, constancy and compassion to us and all Israel, your people. Avinu, bless and unite all human beings in the light of your presence, for your light has shown us a holy path for living. Devotion to love, generosity, blessedness, mercy, life, and peace. In your goodness, bless your people Israel with peace at all times. Let us and the whole family of Israel be remembered and inscribed in the book of life. May it be a life of goodness, blessing, and prosperity. May it be a life of peace. Baruch atah Adonai osecha shalom. You are the Blessed One, eternal source of shalom. We pray silently.
והגיון ליבי לפניך, יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, והגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי וגואלי, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי וגואלי.
Remarkable words from the Israeli poet Yehuda Amichai. My child wafts peace. When I lean over him, it is not just the smell of soap. All the people were children wafting peace. And in the whole land, not even one millstone remained that still turned. Oh, the land torn like clothes that cannot be mended. Hard, lonely fathers, even in the cave of the Machpelah. Childless silence. My child wafts peace. His mother's womb promised him what God cannot promise us. With those words, our worship, the first portion of our worship this Yom Kippur morning, comes to a close. Before we end this stream, however, I do want to throw in a couple of announcements. As I promised last night, we'll be spreading them out throughout the day. This morning, in addition to reminding everybody that we will pick up again at 11:15 with the continuation of the morning service, after which, starting at 12:30, will be the alternative forms of spirituality, of uplift during these days, movement and yoga, music and meditation, and the presentation on the book of Jonah. And we'll pick up at 3 o'clock with the Torah reading prior to the formal start of the afternoon service at 3:45. To make all of this happen, including the innumerable changes that were necessary over the last several weeks as things changed seemingly daily, we could not be doing this without the incredible work of our communications chairperson, Lisa Gottman, of our technical team, and particularly our production team, both led by Sean Stein. And I want to thank Sean, Scott Heckinger, Mike Tannenhouse, Leon Steinberg, Philip Charthauer, Mike Levin, and Rich Bleach for all the work that they have done, all the last-minute scrambling, all the changes, the adjustments, the tinkering, the fine-tuning, all of which hopefully has made us sound a little better than we actually are, and your ability to pray with us a lot easier. Please continue to have an easy and meaningful fast. Those of you who are fasting, those of you who are not, continue to find solace and find challenge. And we continue at 11:15 in our worship.